Recently, I made a video about this Performax component shelving that I got at Menards, which is a regional home improvement store chain in the Midwest, I believe. In that video, I complained about the quality of this shelving and explained why I was buying it anyway. And the reason I complained about the quality of that shelving is that I used to be able to go into Menards and buy this shelving instead. This component shelving is called Gorilla Rack, and this is what they used to sell in their stores, and it was considerably higher quality than the stuff they sell in their stores now. After that video was published, some folks told me that Menards still sells this stuff, but it's just not in their stores. You can special order it. Now, I was previously aware of that. However, they changed the name. It used to be called Gorilla Rack. Now it's called Xtreme Garage. And because of the name change, I had never been sure if it was compatible or of similar quality. If I'm going to buy Xtreme Garage components today, I want to make sure that they're compatible with the Gorilla Rack stuff that I bought a long time ago. Well, recently I had the opportunity to buy some Xtreme Garage components without special ordering them because somebody locally was selling them used, and I was able to go and take a look at them before I made the purchase. So I did that, I bought them, and I have some good news to share. In fact, I have 3 items of good news about Xtreme Garage shelving. The first piece of good news is that it is completely compatible with Gorilla Rack shelving. So I can mix and match components in my shop of Gorilla Rack and Xtreme Garage, and they work together just fine. The frames are the same dimension, and I can take a beam or a frame from either the old or the new and connect them to each other with no problems. The second piece of good news is that Xtreme Garage shelving components are considerably higher quality than the Performax components that they sell in their store. So even though I have to special order them, if I want to pay a bit more for higher quality component shelving, I have the option of doing that by ordering Xtreme Garage instead of Performax. Finally, the third piece of good news here is that I still have plenty of reason to be a grouch. Quite simply, Xtreme Garage shelving, even though it is compatible with Gorilla Rack and is higher quality than the Performax stuff, it is not as good as Gorilla Rack used to be. There are a number of design changes in the Xtreme Garage shelving compared to the Gorilla Rack that they sold a long time ago. The left is Gorilla Rack, the right is Xtreme Garage. It's interesting that these 2 beams, the one on the right might actually look a little more heavy duty because the tube is enclosed instead of open like it is in the older stuff. However, putting a caliper on the metal used in these components pretty clearly indicates that the older stuff was made of heavier gauge steel. And my shipping scale agrees. This is a 17-inch deep, 36-inch tall frame from the older stuff, the Gorilla Rack, and it weighs 10 pounds, 2.9 ounces. The equivalent frame of the same size from the Xtreme Garage system weighs 8 pounds, 1.2 ounces. Pretty significant difference in the weight of the material being used. These are those same 2 frames, 17 by 36. The one on the back is the Gorilla Rack. The one in front is the newer Xtreme Garage. And you can see when you look at the tops of these 2 frames that there have been design changes here as well. To my eye, the connection here at the top of the older stuff just looks a lot more robust than this newer stuff does. Bottom line, as I continue to remodel and reorganize my shop, I'm trying to get serious about storage, and I think I still need some more shelving components. So I'm glad to have the opportunity to order Xtreme Garage components, knowing that they're higher quality than the stuff I can get in store and that they're compatible with all of my existing stuff. And to be honest, I'm happy to have some justification to continue my gratuitous grumbling about the declining quality of manufactured products. as they say, they don't make them like they used to.